Hello everyone and welcome to Unacademy, India's largest online learning platform. So let's crack JEE and English. So before we start, let me introduce myself. I am Rahul Yadav and I have completed my BTech in Mechanical Engineering from National Institute of Technology Jalandhar in the year 2018. And since then, I am teaching JEE aspirants like you in one of the leading institutes of our country in Kota. Okay, maths has always fascinated me. The thing about maths is it is required in every field, may it be physics, may it be chemistry, or may it be biology, or may it be any other field. If you don't have the requisite calculations, you can't get to a final number or final approach of what you want to do. So it is required in every field, from your daily transaction with your shopkeepers to building an aeroplane or to building a spaceship or to reaching moon or to exploring the space. Everything requires maths, and that's why maths has always interested me. And that is and I would like to tell you one thing, that maths is a subject that if you feel that you know everything, I'll give you one thing that you won't know. So it's a field which is yet to be explored a lot. Okay, so moving ahead, let me tell you about Unacademy. So Unacademy is India's one of the largest online learning platforms. Once you get a plus subscription, you'll get access to unlimited live and recorded courses from India's best teachers, and you can choose who you want to learn from and when you want to learn. Okay, so once you get to plus subscription, I'll tell you what you'll get. First of all is daily live classes. In your daily live classes, you'll be able to interact with your teacher, you'll be able to engage in your discussions, you'll be able to ask your doubts, and uh, you may feel shy in your offline classes, that what your friends will think, or your doubt is silly, what will the teacher think. But here what you have is you'll be having personalized doubt sessions, so you can ask whatever you want, whatever the doubt you are having, it will be cleared. All right, and plus apart from that, you'll be having uh, real-time experience like the offline classes. You'll be able to answer the questions whatever the teacher is asking, you'll be able to answer the polls, whatever is there, whatever is going on in the class, you'll be able to get to the real-time feel of that. Okay, next is live tests and quizzes. See, any preparation is incomplete until and unless you evaluate where you stand. So your tests and your quizzes will tell you where do you stand, and it will be able to help you to evaluate your preparations and what are the topics that you're lagging in and what are the topics that you are strong in. That is, you'll get a detailed analysis of your performance, so you can work upon your weaknesses and you can strengthen your strengths. Okay, next is your structured courses. Now the courses in Unacademy are designed in such a way that you won't find any difficulty in going through with the whole curriculum. They are linked with one by one. If you are requiring any previous information or any previous topic to learn the next topic, it will be in such a way that you won't feel any difficulty, and it will be aligned in a very systematic manner. So whatever you exam you are preparing for, this is the best platform that you'll get. And lastly, unlimited access. See, what happens in offline classes is once the lecture is over, you have made notes, but sometimes you'll have doubts, or you want to revisit the lecture again, or you want to take that lecture again. What happens in offline classes is you won't be able to get those lectures again. But here, what will you have is you'll have access to all our live and recorded videos. You can watch them time and again, and whatever time suits you, you can watch them there and then. Okay, so go on to your Play Store, download the Unacademy Learning app in your Play Store and subscribe to it. So you can use the code RYD1. Okay, I'll prefer that you subscribe for 12 months, or let's say 24 months if you are preparing from your 11th. What is the benefit of 12-month program is you'll be having access to whole year curriculum, and that also at a very low price, that is 27,000. The base price is 30,000, but if you use the code RYD1, you will get 10% off. That is, the effective price will come to 27,000. Okay, the coaching institutes in our country, they charge about 1 to 1.5 lakhs for every year. This is a very cheap program, and it helps you in the same way or better than your offline courses. If you go for a 24 months program, it just charges you a 1 month extra pay. That is, you will be getting those 24 months of your live and recorded classes in just 32,400. The original price is 36,000, but you'll get 10% off if you use the code RYD1. Okay. Now in this lecture we'll be discussing the correct approach to crack your JEE and what is the syllabus. Before starting your preparation, you must know what you are going to study. You must have a clear mind of what is going to be coming in your way. Okay, so we'll be studying the correct approach to crack JEE and we'll be looking at our syllabus. Okay, first of all, let me tell you that IIT and NIT is a dream for many students, but a reality for some only. As you all know that approximately 9 to 10 lakh students, they appear for your NIT, they appear for your JEE mains every year, and there are only 10 to 20,000 seats, 10,000 seats in your IITs and approximately 10 to 11,000 seats in your NITs. So approximately 10 lakh students dream for IIT or NIT every year, but only 10% of them or only 1% of them, they are just getting to IITs, and 1% of them, they are getting to NITs. So I'd like to quote our ex-president, late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. The dream is not that which you see while sleeping. It is something that doesn't let you sleep. Okay, if you see the example of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he rose from nowhere to being one of the most loved presidents and one of the biggest scientists of ISRO, right? He is known as the missile man of India. He used to vendor newspapers every morning. But what he had was, he had a dream, he had a determination, and he worked for it and he achieved it. So what I want you to do is, you must make IIT or NIT as your dream. And once you make it your dream, you must work consistently towards achieving it. Is it clear? Okay. One more thing I would like to add you is that whenever you go to sleep, just ask yourself one question. Ask yourself one question. Did I give my 100%? If your answer is no, it must not let you sleep. Okay? If you feel that you haven't given your 100% today, it must not let you sleep, because the competition is very, very large. You know, 10 lakh students along with you are also preparing for the same seat. So when you are sleeping, they'll be preparing. Now, when I say that when you are sleeping, they will be preparing, I don't mean that you must not sleep. Yes, sleep is very, very necessary. In your age, 6 to 7 hours of sleep is a necessity. Otherwise, everything will go out of your mind. But yes, you must work when you are awake. You must work towards your mission. You must work towards your goal. You must consistently and must be determined enough to achieve that target. Okay. Now, when I started teaching, a lot of students came to me with a common question, that how much time should one study every day? So the basic answer for me to them was, how much do you think? How much do you think is sufficient? Again, I'll tell you the same thing, that ask yourself, did you give your 100%? Okay, so basically let me tell you that you must study a minimum of 6 hours daily. Giving mathematics 2 to 2.5 hours every day, physics 2 hours every day, and chemistry 1.5 to 2 hours every day. Okay, now how to manage your time? The 24 hours in your day, how will you manage your time? So 6 hours to 7 hours sleep is necessary. You must sleep for 6 to 7 hours. Then your self-study. Self-study means, apart from your live lectures or recorded lectures, whatever you are watching, you must study for minimum of 6 hours. Right? And your lectures will consume approximately 2.5 to 3 hours every day. For your recreation, let it be watching TV, let it be playing football, playing cricket, or playing any other sport, or doing whatever you like to do in your recreational time. So you must give 1 hour to 2 hours every day for your recreation, because it's very important for your freshness and so that you can concentrate while you are studying. And if you are having your schools, right, if you are going to school every day, so it will consume 6 hours, approximately 6 hours every day of your time. But right now, due to COVID-19, every school, every institution is closed, so you can utilize this time in your maybe let's say you can increase 1 hour of your sleep time, 2 hour of your self study, and 1 hour for your recreation. Okay, moving ahead now, many students they ask me, sir, how should we prepare for IIT or for NIT? So there is a basic thing that students miscalculate, that what is the teacher's contribution and what is the student's contribution for your success. Let me tell you that teachers contribute only 25 to 30% for your success. What we are here is, we are here to guide you, we are here to teach you how to solve the problems, how to go about a concept. But rest all 70 to 70% lies in your hands. You must practice rigorously, you must practice different varieties of questions. Okay, you must give enough time for your self study apart from your live or recorded classes, so as to achieve what your target is. So let me tell you in 5 simple points what you must do so as to prepare nicely for your JEE. First thing is, whenever you are watching a live recorded class, a live class or a recorded class, or maybe it may be offline coaching also, first thing you must do is you must make your own notes while learning from the video lectures or while learning from the live class. What does your own notes do is, it gives you the best, I mean best, if I give you the notes of the best teacher, best JEE teacher in India, then also it won't be sufficient. What your notes gives you is, it gives you the thinking ability, that when you were writing this, what was taught in the lecture or what was taught in the class. So it will all come along when you will be going through your notes. Alright, so whenever you complete your video lectures, you must go and look at your notes. First of all, revise all your notes every day. Whatever is being taught every day, you must go and revise everything. Next is, whatever the questions or whatever the concepts that were discussed in your lectures, you must solve them without looking at the solution, because that's what will tell you that you understood or not, that did you get the concept or not, right? Try it once, try it twice. If you don't get twice, look at the solution and then try it again. If you are again not getting the solution, go and ask your teacher why you are not able to get to the solution and what is your doubt, right? Next is, do proper practice on whatever the topic is taught to you every day. Proper practice means, see, if I solve x square is equal to 4, x square is equal to 9, x square is equal to 16, x square is equal to 25, and I may solve hundreds of questions like this, but I got the concept here only. In the first 2 questions, I got the concept and I got the way to go about these type of questions. So what I mean is, try to solve variety of questions. You must go for variety of questions. Don't be repetitive about questions. Like you are not preparing for your boards. For boards, you can be repetitive. They ask repetitive questions every year. If you look at the previous 5 years papers of your boards, you'll be able to crack what type of questions will be asked this year. But in your JEE, all the questions are prepared fresh. So you must go for variety of questions. What will they help you is, they'll help you build your concept. And once you have the concept, whatever may be the question, you'll be able to solve it, right? Next is, go through all the previous year questions based on the taught topic. For example, let's say you learned quadratic equations, and in quadratic equation the subtopic was relation between roots and coefficients, right? So go through the previous year questions of JEE mains and advanced of that topic whenever you are finished with your self study. Once you go through with try to solve them without looking at the solutions. Okay, what will it give you is, it will give you a basic idea of what type of questions are being asked, what is the variety of questions that can be prepared, right? And plus it will give you a massive confidence boost. Huh? And lastly, analyze your attempted test thoroughly. Whatever test you are attempting, you must go through them once. The questions that you are unable to solve while you are attempting your test, you must go home and try it once again. See, what happens when you are attempting a test is there is a lot of stress. The stress about time, the stress about scoring, and a lot of stress is there. So what your test do to you is, when you practice a lot of tests, so it releases your pressure with every test that you give. You'll feel less stressed while attempting a new test. All right. Plus, it will give you confidence. It will give you confidence that you can do it. You have solved questions like this before, you have attempted tests like this before, so it will release your nerves. Okay, and the basic point of I'm trying to tell you is, when you sit for your mains or when you sit for your advance, your nerves can get to you. So when you attempt regular tests, what you'll be helped with is, you'll be able to relax your nerves. When you'll be calm, you'll be able to solve more questions and you'll be able to use your mind freely. That's what I want to tell you with this. You must analyze your attempted test thoroughly. You must check what are the topics that you need to work upon, and Unacademy gives you that. You'll be able to get a proper analysis of what topics that you need to work upon, what are your weaknesses and what are your strengths, right? Moving ahead, so these are the four basic things that I think that one student should keep in mind. First thing is relevant study. See, many students they go here and there asking for different reference book or many other books. Okay, the questions in those books are irrelevant of your JEE syllabus. Most of the questions are irrelevant, or maybe they are two or three notch higher than your JEE syllabus, or maybe they are below your uh, JEE level. So you must go and study whatever is relevant to you. All right. Next is practice. Practice as much as you can. Practice as much as you can. Practice variety of questions. Look for new questions. Look for previous year questions. Look for whatever new concept that is being used every year. Okay. So I like to group these two things into smart work plus hard work. See, you may be talented, you might get to a solution within seconds, but until and unless you do hard work, it will still be irrelevant. It will still be inappropriate, or it will still be insufficient. Because every time, what does IIT or what does your JEE main does to you is, they prepare a fresh set of questions, and a fresh set of questions you won't have seen anywhere. What you need is, you need the concept. Okay, so what you need to do is, you need to work smartly, you need to study what is relevant, and you need to practice more and more variety of questions, as I have told you earlier. Next is attempt tests as at regular intervals. You must attempt regular tests, regular quizzes. You must take regular quizzes, which Unacademy is also providing you. What they give you is, first of all, they'll make it a habit for you for attempting tests. So it will not be you will not be nervous when you sit for a test. Right? It will release your nerves. It will keep you calm once you have attempted a lot of tests. So you will be familiar with what you feel like doing it. Right? What you feel like attempting a test. Whatever the nerves are, they will be calm. And you'll be able to think properly. You'll be able to respond properly, and your brain will be able to respond properly. Also, it will give you what? It will give you the analysis of what are the topics that you are lagging in, what are the topics that you need to work upon, and what are the topics that are strong, so that you can practice those topics more and make them intangible. That is, if a question comes from that topic, it must not be left. it must be solved. And the last point is leave no backlog. You must complete your whatever whatever work is assigned to you every day. If you keep up backlog, maybe let's say you are going to a wedding or maybe you are going to a party. So what happens, this is a problem in online offline classes. What happens is, you might be attending a family function or there may be any other work that you need to do, so you won't be able to take your offline classes. But what happens with Unacademy is you'll be able to see your online lectures or live recorded lectures on your phone at whatever time you want to study. So whenever you are free from that work, you can come home and you can go through with your lectures and you can know whatever is being taught every day. So leave no backlog. Whatever is being taught, whatever is the work given to you, whatever is the question set based on that topic, you must solve every day. You must not leave anything for tomorrow. Clear? Okay. Now, some of the qualities that one must cultivate, or if you are having those qualities, you must withhold those qualities. First thing is self-confidence. See, you'll meet people who will tell you that you can't do it. You'll meet people who will tell you that it is not your cup of tea. Right? You also might feel that no, I can't do it. Right? But that's incorrect. See, every student is having everything in common. You are having the same facilities, you are having the same brain, you are having the same body, and you are having the same 24 hours every day. So why can't you? If somebody can, why can't you? That is the first thing I want you to understand, that you can do it. You must always think that I can do it. And once you think, it will give you a sense of determination. That is our second point. You must be determined enough to achieve your goal. You must work hard. You must practice as much as you can so as to achieve your goal. Next is the competitive attitude. Okay. So whenever you are attempting your tests or whenever you are sitting in your class or live lectures, there will be students that will be answering a particular questions before than you. So you must have that attitude to respect them, and you must cultivate that attitude that if they can, I can do it too. If they can, I can do it too. Why are they answering before me? I should do it first. And that will help you to achieve your goal. Once you hold it, once you have it, you must hold it. You must be competitive enough to fight everything. Right? If you look at any race, if you look at any let's say 100-meter race in your Olympics, till the last minute, till every athlete has finished, he tries to give his 100%. So you must try to give your 100% and you must try to beat your competitors. That is what it is. You must have a healthy competition. May it be your friend. I am not saying that you must envy your friend or you must be jealous that he is giving the answer first. But there must be some spark inside your heart that if he is doing it, I can do it too and I must do it too. Is it clear? And next, and the last point and the most important point is consistency. What students tend to do is they'll work for 2-3 months very hard, and then things will fall apart. Things will start falling apart. So you must try to be consistent. To be consistent every day. You should work whatever your work is for every day. You must complete your work. That is, you must not keep any backlog. As I have already discussed, you must be consistent with your work. You must be consistent with what you do. You must be consistent with your practice, and you must give at least 6 to 7 hours of self-study for your subject. See, I'll again quote late our ex-president Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, that the only thing that's stopping you is you only. Rest all are excuses. Rest all are excuses. If you feel that you can't do it, then you won't be able to do it. The only thing that withholds you or that stops you is what you feel from inside. You must feel from inside that you can do it. And once you can feel that, you'll be having the proper determination, you'll be having the proper competitive attitude, and you'll be having the consistency to achieve your goal. Okay, so that's what I want you to cultivate in yourselves. So that was about how you must be prepared enough, how must you plan yourself, how must you study every day so as to crack your JEE. Now, before before finishing our session, I'll tell you the JEE syllabus. You must know what you want to what you are going to study for your JEE. Okay, so first of all, we start with the class 11th topics. First thing is fundamentals. Now, what is in fundamentals is your basic things. That is your number system and different types of functions and graphs that you'll require in your further upcoming chapters. The different functions that may include greatest integer functions or fractional part functions or your signum function, modulus function, logarithmic function, exponential functions, right? And some types of inequalities like irrational inequalities, rational inequalities, or the Wavy curve method or the set theory. These are the part of your fundamentals that you must know before moving ahead in your syllabus. Next is quadratic equations and trigonometry. See, the next three topics are the topics that you have a little idea about, that you must have studied in your 10th or your 9th. But again, I'm saying that if you look at your board syllabus, even your 11th or 12th syllabus, it is this much. And if you look at your JEE syllabus, it is this much. Right? There is a huge gap in your huge difference in your board syllabus and your JEE syllabus. Now, in quadratic equations, you are having, I think, only one exercise in your class 11th book, and that is also a part of complex numbers. Only one exercise. But what your quadratic equations in reality has is, it has a relation between roots and coefficients, it has analysis of cubic expressions, it has location of roots, it has sign of quadratic equation, it has graph of polynomials, it has analysis of biquadratic equations, it has nature of roots, and a whole lot of things like common roots, one common root, two common roots, and a whole lot of things. Next is trigonometry. What you have studied in trigonometry up till now is, you might have studied what is sine theta, what is cos theta, what is tan theta, cot theta, secant theta, and cosecant theta, and some basic identities like sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta, and 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosecant square. But what lies ahead of your class 10 is, you'll be having approximately 45 to 50 identities. You'll be having 45 to 50 new formulas in your trigonometry. You'll be learning how to evaluate trigonometric ratios for angles greater than 90 degree. May it be minus 1000 degree, may it be minus 5600 degree. So you'll be able to calculate those. Okay, the syllabus again I'm telling, with boards is this much and with your JEE is this. Next is sequence and series. You have studied arithmetic progression, basic arithmetic progression and geometric progression in your 10th. What we'll study ahead is, you'll study arithmetic progression, you'll study geometric progression in depth. You'll be studying harmonic progressions, you'll be studying arithmetico-geometric progressions, you'll be studying spatial series, and uh, anonymous questions or anonymous questions based on sequence and series, but they are from other topics also. They might include trigonometry, they might include quadratic equations, they might include other topics like complex numbers, they might include conic sections. Alright, so you'll be studying an integrated course, integrated topic wise problems. Right. Next topic is binomial theorem. Binomial theorem is a fresh concept for the students who enter from 10 to 11. You basically don't have any idea about this chapter, and many students, they get scared when they see terms like NC0, NCR, and all these things. But let me tell you one thing, when you came to 10th, trigonometry was new to you, but now it feels like the basic trigonometry, it feels like relevant, or it feels like homely to you now, right? So binomial theorem is like that only. It might scare you, but it is one of the easiest topics in algebra, and every year one question will be asked in JEE main as well as in JEE advanced from your binomial theorem. Next is permutations and combinations. It is the most interesting topic that I feel in your algebra. Permutation and combination. Let me tell you an example. Let's say you are having three balls of three different colors and you are having three bags. Now there are how many ways in which you can place the balls in those three bags, right? And more questions like that you'll be studying in permutations and combinations. So it is very practical based topic and you'll be enjoying this topic a lot. Okay, next comes your coordinate geometry part. Your straight lines, circles and conic sections. They are your coordinate geometry part. And who doesn't love geometry? Whatever you can see in geometry, you can see everything, you can feel everything. So there won't be anything like you won't be understanding. If you can see one thing, like in physics, if you can see an object sliding down, so you can get to the mechanics of it. So once you have your diagrams, once you are clear with the graphs, so you will be able to perform the coordinate geometry applications very easily, right? Straight lines and circles you might have studied in your 10th. Conic sections includes parabola, hyperbola and ellipse. These three topics are very new to you, and these are the shapes that you'll enjoy learning. Next is complex numbers. Okay, you might have listened to one of the famous sayings that man creates his own problems, right? Man creates his own problems, and one of that problems is complex numbers. So in complex number, we don't study real numbers, we study imaginary numbers that the man has created for himself. It is a problem that man has created for himself. But yes, complex numbers is required in various engineering as well as various other sciences. So it is very important to study complex numbers for your further education also, right? It is a new topic for you and it is again a very interesting topic. Next two topics are basically JEE main oriented only. They are JEE main only, right? Statistics and mathematical reasoning, they'll be asked in your JEE main only and they are not in your syllabus for your advance. But one thing is clear, that you'll be having one question from statistics and one question from mathematical reasoning every year in your main. These two questions are free 8 marks, right? Statistics and mathematical reasoning, they hardly require 2 lectures each. And they are such easy topics that you won't miss any question from these two topics. Okay, so two questions, that mean 8 marks out of 100, that is 8% of your syllabus. 8% of your marks, they are coming from statistics and mathematical reasoning, and that you can clear in just 4 lectures. Alright, so that is about your 11th class topics. Let us move ahead to your class 12 topics. Okay, once you move to class 12, the first topic that you'll be learning is from calculus, and that is relation and functions. Okay, in 11th class you'll be clear with various type of functions also, and in relation and functions you'll be studying the types of functions like one onto functions, like odd and even functions, like periodic functions, inverse functions. Okay, so it is again a new topic for all your 11 to 12 moving students also. Next is your inverse trigonometric functions. It sounds like trigonometry, but it is quite different from that. It is again, you can consider it as a part of trigonometry, or you can consider it as a part of your calculus also, right? Next topic is again a new topic, that is matrices and determinants. I don't know how many of you will be aware of matrices and determinants when you are moving from 10 to 11th or from 11 to 12, because it is a fresh topic. Okay, and matrices and determinants, it's really very easy, and every year one or two questions are asked from this topic in your main and your advanced, right? Next will be the start of your full-fledged start of your calculus with limits, continuity and derivability. And next is your methods of differentiation. You all must be aware, all must have listened the word differentiation a lot of times, right? Now in methods of differentiation, what we'll be learning is how to differentiate different types of functions. What are the methods that we use to differentiate various type of functions? May it be logarithmic differentiation, all right, may it be may it be differentiation of u into v type of functions, or u by v type of functions, or may it be higher order derivatives. All right, next is one of the most important topics, one of the most important topics for your JEE. Every year, one or two questions, or maybe other questions involve concepts of application of derivatives. If you are clear with applications of derivatives, I guarantee you that two topics of conic, one or two topics of conic sections, one or two topics of definite integrations are already covered in your application of derivatives. And every year, I'll again guarantee you one or two questions are every year asked in your JEE main as well as in your advanced from application of derivatives. Next, we start with your integral calculus, that is indefinite integration. Again, a new topic for you. Then definite integration and its application. We have a lot of short tricks in definite integrations, and its application means the area under curve. It's a different chapter in your NCERT, but in this we include it in application of definite integrations. Okay, and this ends your integral calculus. After this again comes a combination of your differential and integral calculus. Differential equation is a combination of differential and integral calculus. It is again a very interesting topic. Okay, it involves application of derivative, it involves application of definite integration or indefinite integration, right? And again I'm saying you that every year one question is a compulsion from differential equation in your main as well as in your advanced. Next topic is the vectors and 3D geometry. So every year two or maybe three questions are asked every year from this topic, vector and 3D. Okay, so it is basically a imaginational type of topic. 3D, what you see in cinema hall when you go for a 3D movie, you see each and everything coming to you. So what 3D requires is a lot of imagination. All right, so it is again it will again demand your imagination powers, and it is also one of the most important topics regarding your JEE. And the last topic for your class 12 will be probability. Again, one or two questions are asked every year from probability. Most of the times only one question is asked from your probability, and probability involves a lot of applications of your class 11 topic, that is permutations and combinations. So before starting probability, one must be clear with permutations and combinations thoroughly. It will help you a lot in understanding, in a complete understanding of this topic, probability. Alright, so that is about your class 12 topics. So here we finish your class 11 and class 12 topics. Right, so what we discuss in this lecture is what must be your approach when you are starting or when you are preparing for your JEE. First thing is you must be determined. You must have the self-confidence that you can do it, and you must be determined enough to achieve your mission. Next is you must be consistent enough. You must practice every day, practice a lot. You require smart as well as hard work to achieve your mission. See, again I'll tell you again this thing, that every year 9 to 10 lakh students they appear for your JEE, and there are only 20,000 seats in IITs plus NITs combined. So again I'm telling you, it is a dream for many but a reality of some. So if you work hard, if you are determined enough, and if you are consistent enough, it can be a reality for you also. Okay, so I'll end my lecture, I'll end my session here. And if you feel that it gave you any information or it gave you any help, so I'd like you to like, share and subscribe and press the bell icon, and you can use the code RYD1 so as to get a 10% off your subscription on your Unacademy. So let's crack in JEE in English with Unacademy. Thank you.